In the early hours of February 24, 2022, a short balding dictator known for selling cheap gas and retro military weapons declared war on Ukraine. Within minutes of Putin's announcement, Russian forces unleashed a barrage of cruise missiles, artillery, and airstrikes on Ukrainian targets. What followed was one of the fiercest battles since the Second World War, a clash between the elite combat units of the two largest armies in Europe. Before sunrise, precision Russian cruise missile strikes hit a key airport just 6 miles north of Kyiv. At 8 a.m. local time, the thunderous noise of approximately 34 Russian Hind gunships flying fast and low to avoid radar was heard, heading straight for the strategically valuable airfield outside the capital. The air assault quickly overwhelmed the militia troops guarding the airfield. Platoons and squads from the 11th and 31st Guards Air Assault Brigades rapidly dispersed around Antonov Airport. They took control of the sprawling facility and established defensive positions. It looked like Putin's forces had successfully seized a major airport within spitting distance of the Ukrainian capital. As the first wave of Russian airborne infantry fought for control, Russian Ka-52 attack helicopters rained missiles and hellfire on Ukrainian infantry positions. By midday, the Ukrainian military rallied. The 4th Rapid Reaction Brigade, supported by the 3rd Special Purpose Regiment and the Georgian Legion, arrived at Antonov Airport with armored vehicles. A series of fierce engagements ensued against the dug-in, disciplined Russian forces. Enter a small force of Ukrainian elite assault troops with a critical mission. A unit of 48 crack Ukrainian paratroopers launched a counterattack on the Russian forces to prevent the landing of 18 heavy troop transport planes already inbound from Belarus. Lieutenant Karchenko and his elite unit breached the perimeter wall, where they were immediately engaged by a hidden Russian position. A brutal firefight ensued. Despite being severely wounded, Lieutenant Karchenko's men secured a strong position near the runway, where their anti-aircraft missiles demolished the inbound Russian transport planes. The stiff resistance put up by the Ukrainian military at Antonov Airport and surrounding areas like Hostomel and Bucha changed the course of the war, stalling the entire Russian northern push for Kyiv. Now nearly 2 years on, the war is anyone's game to call. Or is it? Tactically, Russia is doing worse than anyone anticipated. They're running out of supplies, money, and time. But they are still advancing, albeit much slower and not uniformly. It's uncertain if they will fail to occupy Ukraine, but time is running out. Strategically, Russia has already lost. Even if they achieve their objectives, their strategic position will be immensely weaker. The economy is devastated, their political position in the world is shattered, and their allies have deserted them. As the war enters its 979th day, Russian forces have taken control of the settlement of Krylyakivka, near Kupiansk in northeastern Ukraine. Ukraine's military has not acknowledged this, but officials report ongoing clashes in the area. With North Korea rumored to send troops to the front line, the situation could escalate out of control. Russia's UN envoy questioned why its allies can't help Moscow if Western countries claim the right to help Kyiv. South Korea's defense minister has warned of North Korea seeking tactical nuclear weapons and ICBM technology from Russia in exchange for the deployment of its troops to Ukraine. So, has Russia already lost the war in Ukraine? While tactically they are struggling, strategically they have already lost. But in this conflict, anything can happen.